Guys, Fatiguu here, and today I bring you some Maloriak raid footage from the raid Blackwing Descent of the first Cataclysm raiding tier. There are some things you need to know about this video before I start kicking it off into high gear right here. Though it is footage of my guild downing Maloriak, so it fits into the SMK Downs category of videos, it is not footage of the first time we have downed Maloriak. I was absent for the raid night where Maloriak was in fact down for the first time, so there's not going to be really any exciting vent audio at the end of this clip, so I apologize. This is just a normal run through trying to progress through Blackwing Descent to get to our progression bosses. So this is pretty much a near perfect run, I would say, and in my opinion, Maloriak is the easiest boss in Blackwing Descent. Like, once you know what he's going to do, it's just pretty much easy just to execute everything. So that being said, let's get into it. The first thing you're probably going to notice about Maloriak here, for those of you that have not been into the fight yet, is he's got a giant cauldron behind him. So if you're like me, you're going to go, why the hell is he standing in front of a giant cauldron? Well, what's going to happen is he's going to have these vials on his belt. What you just saw was what was called the red vial phase. And what he's going to do is he's going to toss the red vial whoosh, into the cauldron. And you guessed it, these vials are going to warp the abilities that the boss has. So the red vial, what you saw when I was spieling, I would say that before, was pretty much what we do is we stack them in front of him because he's going to do this big fire blast on the raid. And this just makes it easier on the healers, just to heal everyone up and just get the job done. What we're in right now is the blue vial phase. Now the blue vial phase is going to want to stay spread out because the closer you are to other people, you will be taking periodic damage. If you are within, I would say, about 5 yards is the minimum, but I'll go with 10 yards to be safe. Just spread out a good amount so you don't take any extra damage, and someone will get kind of like a frost debuff on them, which will encase them in ice. Just get it off them. There's going to be a big skull over their head, and they're going to be encased in ice. Not that hard to see. What you are seeing right now is the green vial phase. He will blast like a wave of sludge on everyone in the raid and go to the back of the room, and the mobs that he has been periodically spawning throughout the entire fight will all move towards him. You need to AoE them down. Now, mobs he's been periodically spawning. I just pretty much threw that in there like it wasn't very important, but in fact, it is important, and I waited till after the vials to explain the mobs because that is when, I guess, you'll understand the mechanics of the mobs. What we do is we have our second tank. We have him straight going around the room, cutting this big trail of mobs behind him to go and pick up all the aberrations that are spawning around the room. What he's going to do when he picks up all of them, he's going to take them, he's going to bring them back to the corner, way back there, away from everyone in the raid to avoid any damage that could be caused to any healers, any DPS, anything to extenuate the healer. Just back on the other side of the room. Back there, good to go. So pretty much Maloriak is just going to rinse and repeat all the phases you just saw. The vial phase is going to rinse and repeat all these until he gets down to 25%. So the fight's going to stay pretty much the same until 25%, which is why I think this fight is really easy. It's not that bad. Once you have the mechanics down, you just have to rinse and repeat it a couple times until it gets down to 25%. It's really not a bad fight at all. I would say it might even be easier than Omnitron. The only thing that would separate it from the really earlier fights in Blackwing Descent is the gear check and the amount of DPS that is needed to pretty much get these guys down in a controlled manner. So when he gets down to 25%, which we're going to be seeing here after the last couple phases of vials kick in here, is he is going to grow very, very big, and he's going to go into sort of like a soft cap and rage type thing, as we saw in the council video. He's going to pretty much zerg everyone, and he's going to combine all the abilities from all the vials into his abilities. When he grows bigger, he's going to hit a little bit harder, and he's going to do all these special abilities. These special abilities will include pretty much a fire fissure on the ground. He's going to do just a big like sludge nova type thing, just blast sludge across everyone in front of him and spawn all the aberrations that haven't been released already. So that's going to stress out your aberration tank a little bit. And when he hits 25%, even if you're still in the green phase, you got to get those ads down that you were DPSing down already. You got to make sure those die because he's going to be spawning new big ones. What we did is we just had our ads tank just pick up the new ones, and we just zerged down Maloriak as fast as possible. As you can see, instead of taking him in front of the cauldron, decided to tank him with the tank back to the wall. What this does when he does his fissures, as you can see the fire on the ground right now, He's going to be leaving that fire on the ground. He's going to be blasting stuff in front of him, so the entire raid is going to be taking a bunch of damage from that. You do not want the raid to take a bunch of damage from that. You only want your main tank on Maloriak to be taking the damage. So we decided to kite him, tank him against the wall, moving as the tank needed to, but remaining against the wall with Maloriak's back towards the raid. This is very important, or you will die in this phase and wipe, unless you have like super awesome, amazing healers like we do that are able to save people from their mess ups. But I mean, that's what you want to do to be safe, and pretty much execute that, and you'll be able to down Maloriak in no time, guys. So we are running out of time here. As always, thanks for watching. Please rate and comment on the video, and please subscribe to my channel if you like my videos and want more videos like that. Until next time, guys, see you later.